Alright, baby, I'm finally back from Ireland. Let's do some patch notes. Nope, I'm getting the fuck out of here. Alright, so I know I missed a couple of these, but it's time for the mid-season patch, so I've got to cover all of these great additions. That blows. Maybe the rest won't be that bad. Okay. Did they do anything worse? You know what? I don't really give a shit. To start off the skin sections, we actually have another Kaiju Skin, which is something that I am very thankful for. It seems as if we are sticking with the purple theme for the Kaiju Skins, and Susanoo seems to be a really good fit for this one. I just can't help but wonder where I've seen this before, though. Foxy Lady Daji moves this game ever so closer to furry porn, but at least she pulls off the retro vibe really well, just as Bellona did. But this Freya skin is really the prize of the week. It's just such a gorgeous skin that I can't wait to play. Oh wait, they nerfed her, yep. Alright, forget this one. Now the next one I really have an issue with, Head Over Heels Cupid. It's pretty goddamn simple. As an additional skin, I just really don't see the reason why.
I love you.
Oh, that's his voice. I feel very compelled to like this skin. And Susanoo gets another fucking player card with a weird face on it. I'm genuinely asking at this point, why does every skin card make him look like a Catholic priest at a Boy Scouts meet? And Quasimodo got his mastery skins. Some of these skins, such as the Kaiju Kuzenbo and Foxy Daji skin, are featured in the new Summer of Smite. Another cash grab that I will inevitably crumble to because I have no financial security. There's actually a new visual update that is coming to Smite, which adds a high-res, see what's going on there? Texture pack, resolution scaling, and parallax occlusion mapping. Wait a minute, don't fucking assume my etherealness. On top of this, a 64-bit client is also being added, as well as prestige levels. The addition of the prestige levels is actually something I can get behind because at least keeps me a little bit on the progressive track in the game. On top of this, there is new additions of chests, which are little rewards for winning games. Although you can also buy more of these chests through gems, so you know what, Hi-Rez? I'm not gonna buy into your little scam. Even if you do have skins like Head Over Heels Cupid. Fuck! And now on to what pisses me off the most about this whole patch. The removal of Hasten Fatalis. It's not even the removal that I have the biggest problem with. It's the fucking fact that they gave it a new icon just to remove it from the game. That's like buying new shoes to just throw them away immediately and say, oh yeah, that was a good purchase. I actually found some footage of the high-res office during the decision process for this removal. Take a real quick look at it.
God. Oh my god.
Hastened has now split into 3 different items. Hastened Katana, which is the equivalent to Hastened Fatalis for physical melee gods. Hastened Ring, which is the same thing, but fucks magical users over because it procs on god hit once every 30 seconds. So there's real no control over when you want to use this item or not, which completely destroys the purpose of poking, which for Soul in particular is kind of how magical hunters play. Then there's Atalance's bow, which is just a little speed boost on hit for hunters without the full hasten effect. So no more pentas on Susanoo. Something new is the addition of evolving items, which change their passives based on their length of use. On Shaman's Ring, you get the additional power after stacking to a certain point. So it's kind of like a traditional stacking item, just not as immediate of a payoff. After the addition of these items, they changed about every relic in the game, which all boils down to essentially every good relic being a little bit worse now, except for Shell, which just got fucking huge because it now adds 2 block stacks upon cast. Meaning in a full fight, you now have 10 basic attacks that have to be cleared before any damage can be done without abilities. However, what I feel we need to have a moment of silence for is our long-beloved ally, Sunder. Due to current changes to this relic, Sunder can no longer kill, because it is now percent-based. My take on this is that we have seen marches from all around the globe for political purposes. Where the fuck is my march for Sunder? March for science? Fuck that. You spelled Sunder wrong, bitch. These wrongs will be changed and the Crown Prince will resume his rightful place atop all the other relics. Past this, I don't really know what bullshit is on there for items. Dynasty Plate Helm got a nerf it didn't need. And Telkine's Ring is fucking nuts now, but fuck this section, let's move on. Starting off the god changes, this is probably the section that I have the biggest problem with this patch. Immediately we see a change to Ao Kuang's passive. Now instead of his ability gaining power by removing yourself from combat and promoting the feathering of abilities, his passive gains power exclusively through executions with his ult. My wide issue with this whole patch is that it seems to just be dumbing down the game in interest of balance. Instead of having a passive that affects his entire kit, Ao Kuang's passive now only affects his ultimate, so there's just kind of less loose ends to experiment with. It's the same thing with hasten being removed. It's a weird item to balance, so instead of trying to find an in-between, it's just fucking gone. Chronos just got a change to his passive as well. It moves his old passive to his second ability, and now his passive just do some 3 power per 2 minutes. I actually love this, because now I can validate beating my meat for the first 10 minutes of the game and still have an impact when I jump back in. Bludgeon on Bellona finally got a nerf, which may have actually restored my faith in a higher power, and Chiron finally got an adjustment to his 1, which places a marked for masterful shot on all of those that are hit by the ability. Kuzenbo actually isn't shit anymore, which is cool, and now Raijin is even more shit, which kills me inside. Seriously, why even get rid of the invincibility frames on his 3? That was the only good thing about him. Although, however you may feel about this patch, just know, we can fucking target with new Wa soldiers now, baby! One of the last major changes is the passive change to Susanoo. His passive no longer gives him speed based on the amount of abilities on cooldown, and instead he gains stacks by hitting abilities, and then the 5th ability will do additional damage. So I guess you could say that without Susanoo's passive, you could call him Susana Slow. At the end of the day, I kind of have a major issue with this patch. It scares me that Hi-Rez is boiling things down in the name of balance, removing the wild and interesting passives and items that allowed this game to actually have character in exchange for just different passives that give more power really bothers me. Maybe they'll correct this in future patches, but for now I'm giving this patch a nerf sunder out of 10.